Superba Krill oil reaches you as a small, red, powerful capsule. But how did it get that way? Come with us on a never-before-seen journey of Superba Krill oil from catch to capsule. It all starts here, in the Antarctic, in the Southern Ocean. A place 99% of people will never see with their own eyes, but where most of today's krill oil comes from. In this video, we'll follow krill as it travels more than 12,000 miles, nearly 20,000 kilometers from one of the world's most remote seas to North America, and show you how we process, package, and get it all to you in less time than it takes to update your Facebook page. The krill that live in the Southern Ocean are the biggest and most nutrient-dense in the world. And because there is very little human and commercial activity in the Southern Ocean, krill live out their days in a pristine environment that is unlike any other on the planet. And the best part is, we are there every step of the way during Superba Krill's journey because at Aker Biomarine, we own and control the whole supply chain. So the very few times krill are even handled, it's all under our watch. Do you know who fishes for your omega-3s? This level of control is a huge commitment, but we believe it's absolutely necessary in the omega-3 business. That's why we spent over a decade and hundreds of millions of dollars to perfect and patent a supply line like no other to get this precious red krill oil straight to consumers like you. Why is krill oil worth all the effort? Well, for one, it's packed with the long-chain omega-3s EPA and DHA, which are some of the most popular and well-researched nutritional ingredients in the world. They're also essential to good health because your body cannot make sufficient amounts of these nutrients on its own. Superba Krill oil also contains the essential nutrient choline, as well as the potent antioxidant astaxanthin. But krill oil also has something few other omega-3 oils have: phospholipids. Sounds like a highly technical term, but their function is actually pretty simple. Phospholipids help deliver omega-3's EPA and DHA throughout the body, more specifically into the blood, tissues, and organs. Important organs like the heart, brain, and liver. In nature, you will also find phospholipids in a piece of wild Atlantic salmon. In most commercial fish oil, if there are any phospholipids at all, they have been processed out. So how do we do it? As previously mentioned, krill is harvested in the Antarctic region. Here, there is very little commercial activity, and the fishing regulations are structured to keep it that way. During the fishing season, all vessels are required to stay in a place called Area 48. At nearly 5 million square miles, or about 12 million square kilometers, Area 48 could swallow the United States whole and still have room for most of the EU. Area 48 is also more than 20% bigger than China and 40% bigger than Australia. In that vast space, a handful of ships are fishing for krill. To put it in perspective, that's like dropping a handful of tiny fruit flies in a giant football stadium. How do we collect the krill? The crew deploys a net that stays submerged for weeks at a time, only pulling it in during offloads, bad weather, crew changes, and scouting for more krill. Using a proprietary fishing system called eco-harvesting, the krill are efficiently caught and gently pumped on board. The best part about this system is that there is little to no bycatch. In fact, the total amount of bycatch of small fish or other marine species that make it onto the ship in a given year could fit into a small bucket. Once on board, the krill are immediately processed to ensure freshness and preserve all the important nutrients. Then it is packed tightly, removing all water, and frozen. Now this is krill meal. From there, it is packed into large sacks, each weighing half a ton or 500 kilograms, and stored in the cargo hold. This is Superba's raw material that comes directly from the ocean and won't be touched again until it reaches Houston. Once in Houston, Superba's distinctive red oil will be carefully extracted and processed from the krill meal. Oh, and did we tell you that we know where each and every batch of krill oil comes from? Our onboard tracking system documents the location of each krill catch so we can ensure the traceability of the oil from catch to capsule. Some companies are already using these coordinates on their product packaging because they know that this type of transparency helps build trust with consumers. There's an estimated 60 million tons of krill in Area 48. That's the average weight of 12 million elephants. The regulated catch level for krill is set at 620,000 tons, or 1% of this biomass. But at the end of each year, the entire Antarctic krill fishery catches about 250,000 tons, which is far, far below the regulated catch level. Our krill operation is certified sustainable and 100% traceable by the Marine Stewardship Council, the leading certification standard for seafood and marine oil supplements. After arriving at the Port of Houston, our precious cargo of frozen krill meal is offloaded at the dock, put onto trucks, and taken to our brand new ultra-modern facility in Houston. With 180,000 square feet of manufacturing space, which is the size of 3 football fields, this facility's capacity rivals that of any omega-3 supplier in the business today. Fun fact, it used to be an ice cream factory with lots of cold storage. Superba Krill oil is extracted from the krill meal that came fresh off the boat and is processed into several different oil grades, such as Superba Boost and Superba 2. Our krill oil grades are made possible using a novel processing technology called FlexiTech, so named for its manufacturing flexibility. FlexiTech is a low-temperature procedure that does not damage the oil and uses only ethanol and water. It physically removes unneeded material in the krill meal like salts that give odor, while leaving all of the good stuff like choline, phospholipids, astaxanthin, and the long-chain omega-3s EPA and DHA. Krill oil in its purest form needs no refining or further processing. In fact, even in its crudest form, it's cleaner than most other processed marine-sourced omega-3s. You could even call krill oil a whole food extract. By contrast, other marine oils must be processed over and over to pull apart the good stuff from the raw material using a popular technique called molecular distillation, a high-temperature process involving several steps and the addition of different chemicals to extract the omega-3s. All of our Superba Krill oil products support the Antarctic Wildlife Research Fund and are NSF GMP manufactured, made in the USA, MSC certified, and non-GMO project verified. This is the life of krill oil from catch to capsule. A sustainable, traceable journey from Antarctica to consumers like you who want to support their heart, brain, liver, and joint health. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Want to learn more about what Superba Krill oil can do for you? Click here.